Yes, it is Monday, and Liverpool don't suck so much. It's Monday, and we don't suck so much. Plain and simple. It's Monday, and Liverpool have won 2 games in a row. Hey, it's Monday, and we've won 2 games in a row. I think it's important at this moment that everyone keeps their head screwed on right. Like this. This is a perfect example of someone not thinking clearly. Yes, 100%. 5 games unbeaten. Five games unbeaten is not a brag. That's not a brag. Why are people saying this like it's some sort of chip? Oh, we're 5 games unbeaten. Okay. What about the 12 games before that? Are we just going to forget PSV? Are we going to forget Brentford, Crystal Palace, United? No, 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 no. Not rattled. Not rattled. But are we just going to forget everything? I mean, you look at that Sunderland game. I don't care that we didn't lose. I care that you only drew off of a deflection. You created nothing. Not necessarily. Changed is a strong word. He has adjusted the system defensively. Not much change going forward, though. You still drew to Sunderland at home, and you barely created opportunities in that game, and it took a crazy deflection to draw. You still blew a 2-0 lead away to Leeds, and you drew to two teams that are newly promoted. Did you guys know that if you had won those 2 games, if you had won the 2 games that you should have won, Liverpool would be sitting on 30 points. Somehow we would only be 6 points behind Arsenal. That's fucking mental. Yeah, we scored. Problem wasn't scoring goals. Liverpool have scored the the fourth most goals, the joint fourth most goals in the Premier League. Scoring goals wasn't our problem. It's the fact that we've conceded the most out of the major teams. Or let's put it this way. We've conceded 24, and the next nearest team that has conceded 24 is in 13th place, which is Fulham. In fact, we've conceded the same amount of goals as Bournemouth, and Bournemouth sit in 15th. And you have hit the nail on the head. The fact is that saying 5 games unbeaten, it's a happenstance thing. You've adjusted your goalpost to meet the current situation of Liverpool. You've adjusted your standards. Hold on, I'm gonna put this candle out because I can see. I got these new candles. They smell fucking delicious, and they are natural. All right. It's important that when you buy candles, right? You see, these are the only ingredients in this candle. It's a wooden wick, right? It's a wooden wick, beeswax, coconut oil, and some essential oils. Dude, if you're going to pollute your room, at least pollute your room cleanly with some beeswax candles. I don't know why I just did an ad for this thing. They're also fucking expensive as shit. It's like $70 for 3 of them. But you know what? If I'm gonna pollute my room, I'm gonna pollute it with clean shit. Um, Either way, we've won 2 games in a row, so we're making a little bit of progress, right? We're not here to be miserable today. Hey, Michael, listen up, you piece of shit. I like my room smelling delicious, and that's not gay. Okay? It's not gay to enjoy the smell of a fireside, all right? It's not gay. Either way, it's nice to win games. Now, we can break down those games, which we already have. Inter, you had 1 shot on target in the box. You didn't create fuck all in that game, and you got bailed out by a soft penalty in the 85th minute. Now, defensively, you were fantastic. Defensively, we were fantastic in that game. I will give the team credit for being defensively sound. Inter, I don't know about their game plan, but I can't control what Inter do. I can control what Liverpool do. And Arne Slot adjusted well, defensively speaking. We were still poor going forward, and we got bailed out. Brighton, we were better going forward. We were gifted a goal 60 seconds into this game. I don't care who you are. Minte was not pressed enough to clear the ball 10 yards. The underlying stat that we were outstanding in that Brighton game was aerial duels and ground duels. We won the vast majority of ground duels. I believe it was 68% of ground duels Liverpool won, and we won 75% of aerial duels. So the areas in which we were lacking, we were superb. We didn't lose on the front of effort. But in that first half, outside of the Ekitike goal, I didn't see many clear-cut opportunities. The second half begins, and Gomez, the opposite Gomez, on Brighton, misses a wide-open net tap-in. It's the 50th minute, and Brighton have the opportunity to equalize before Liverpool get their next serious chance on goal. Brighton miss a wide-open net. If that goes in, this is a whole different story. But it didn't. Brighton had 14 shots, only 1 on target. Liverpool blocked 6 shots. Defensively, we had the effort there. Absolutely. But we were still open in transition. And once Dominic Szoboszlai went to the right back position, nerves. I mean, Liverpool literally don't have a fucking right back right now. Frimpong isn't back. Gomez is now hurt. You're telling me that I got to be okay with Dominic Szoboszlai playing there? The guy leaves acres of space behind him. Again, going forward, at times I saw improvements. At other times, I saw the same bullshit. I saw the same donut hole. We'll talk about certain individuals, one of them being Alexander Isak, who I think is rapidly becoming a hindrance. I really regret signing Alexander Isak as of today. As of today, I think that it's a massive waste of money. Florian Wirtz is another one who shined in that game. Ekitike was fantastic. For the 25 minutes that Joe Gomez played, Joe Gomez provided solidity. Joe Gomez, we need to give him the biggest round of applause for coming in, first off, not getting a fucking chance, rising to the occasion, and giving me consistent performances in a row. Unfortunately, he got hurt. But without Joe Gomez, I don't know what this last run would have been. Joe Gomez deserves massive props because that guy has been a team player for 8 fucking years. He spent his whole career here. And when we need him, he shows up. Ekitike, best signing of the summer for any team on the planet. The dude has the potential to be the best 9 in the world. The dude is unbelievable. Szoboszlai, I mean, listen, I can't get too angry at a Swiss Army knife. Kirkes put in an amazing shift. Again, what have I told you guys? if Kirkes just plays left back and he doesn't drop into becoming a third center back, the guy's not bad. What did he do against Brighton? He played as just a left back, and he was fantastic defensively. I think Gravenberch was solid. I even think Mohamed Salah was solid when he came on the pitch. What I found funny was that people were going after Salah for a couple of the chances at the end of the game. Brother, name another player on Liverpool who could deliver that corner that Salah did. Name another player who could deliver that corner with such precision that Salah did. Cody Gakpo? Hey, I got a 6'4" corner taker. Hey. The fact is, the performance was better, but I still see glimpses. Like, I still see the shadows of what this team was. Salah was positive. Salah set up Alexis McAllister 2 minutes into being on the pitch. 2 minutes into being on the pitch, Mohamed Salah sets up Alexis McAllister in the center of the box. And McAllister doesn't even get a shot on it. In fact, he can't even pass the ball on. So 2 minutes in, Salah, positive impact. Curtis Jones, I've been calling for this guy to play for weeks. He needs to be over Alexis McAllister, 100%. McAllister should not be touching the pitch. It should be Curtis Jones. Either way, you still see glimpses of the way that Slot wants to play. I don't think that the way that we have approached the last two games is the way that Arnie wants to do football. I think the way that he wants to play is the same way that we played against Brentford and Crystal Palace and Manchester United. I think that at this point he has been forced. And the issue that I have is that everything right now at this football club feels gun to head. What I see on the pitch feels like someone is holding a metaphorical gun to Arnie Slot's head and saying, you must change. That's my issue. Could you imagine? Take a second. We lose to Crystal Palace. We have the break. Imagine we made these changes against United. Imagine the different course that this season could have had. You know what? I want to say that's correct and that it was Crystal Palace before the international break, but we like to speak facts here, so let's go back. It was Chelsea. My apologies. It went Crystal Palace loss, Galatasaray loss, Chelsea loss. 2-week break. Imagine if after that Chelsea loss, we saw these changes. And we saw them on October 19th against Manchester United. Because what happened after that United game? Well, we lost to United, and then we smashed Frankfurt, and then we lost to Brentford. And then we lost to Crystal Palace. So why is it that pretty much 2 months later, you make the changes that you should have made in October? How different could our season be looking? How many less points would I have dropped? Would I be within 6 points of Arsenal? I believe we're 10 points back right now. If we had made these changes on October 19th, perhaps there's a world where we're less than 6 points behind, and we're not having this conversation of we're out of the race. You could say what you want. I'm still not talking about the title. Or PSV. But let's be real, guys. I really don't care about the Champions League form. I'm going to keep it a buck with you. The group stage of the Champions League, it means jack shit. We were perfect in the group stage last season. We lost the game to PSV, but we still finished top. And then we saw fucking PSG in the round of 16. So What good did finishing at the top do for us? It didn't do us much good. I'm just saying that the way that the new Champions League works and the way that the seeding is, being first has no advantage. The only advantage to finishing top in the group stage is you get money. That's it. There is no actual advantage tournament-wise to finish first. In fact, I'm going to go out on a limb here, and I'm going to say that the teams that probably have the advantage are the ones that have to play the first knockout. In a lot of sports, no matter what you follow, no matter what sport it is, when the idea of a bye comes into play, I believe that the team with a bye actually has a disadvantage. You have a disadvantage because there's a break in the rhythm of play. So I don't mind the Champions League form. We're sitting on 12 points. There's 2 games to go. Realistically speaking, Liverpool have a 99.9% chance of moving on. All you have to do is draw the next 2 games. If you draw the next 2 games, or if you even pick up 1 point, you're pretty much secured. I'm pretty sure that we could draw and lose and still go to the knockout phase. Yeah, that's it. Who cares? That's it. That's not that great of an advantage. Especially considering the fact that aggregate isn't a fucking thing. I'm sorry, away goal aggregate isn't a thing anymore. So there is no real advantage to that. It's just straight up. Again, PSG won the fucking Champions League doing that. No, they're dealing with their own injuries for the time, so they're not the same team that they were, but it still doesn't change the fact that they finished like near the bottom. Either way, the title of the stream, so the real test begins. Mohamed Salah is gone. Cody Gakpo's not fit. Joe Gomez is out. Frimpong still isn't back. Alexis McAllister might as well not even be a football player because the guy plays against us. Isak can't figure out how to play football. I don't have a right winger. Rio Engamo is 17. I only have 3 center backs. We're getting to that time, brother. We're getting to that time. And we're rapidly approaching the part of the season where we will have a game every 3 days. Let's take a look at our schedule. This is why the title of the stream is so the real test begins. We have Tottenham Hotspur 7 days later. We have Wolves. Now let's be real. I don't care how bad we are. You should be smashing Wolves at home. I don't give a shit about what Arsenal did. Then you have Leeds at home. Fulham away. Arsenal away. That's 1, 2, 1 game, 7 days later, 1 game. 4 days later, 1 game. 3 days later, 1 game. 4 days later, 1 game. 4 days later, 1 game. 5 days later, 1 game. 4 days later, 1 game. 3 days later, 1 game. 4 days later, 1 game. 3 days later, 1 game. 6 days later, 1 game. And then you finally get back to your 7th. So from January 4th, we don't have a 7-day break until January 31st. So in all of January, this team will not have a full week break. In all of January, this team will not have a full week break. And we're already dealing with injuries. I don't have a left winger. I don't have a right winger. I don't have a right back. Problems. And with the way that we're playing right now, it's not exactly congruent with Arne Slot's philosophy of Fitness. Players are running more than I've ever seen them run. They're covering more ground than I've ever seen them cover more ground. We're still not defensively solid in the aspect of conceding chances, but we are defensively solid in the results. 2 straight clean sheets. Results-based analysis says the defense is better. But when you really put it under the microscope, you realize that I think Brighton are the most unlucky team in the Premier League to not score a goal against Liverpool. I think of all the teams that we have played, Brighton were probably one of the most deserving of scoring. At least one. At least one. That's football, you know? At the end of the day, we won 2-0, so there's not a whole lot of criticisms that people will open their mind to because they're results-based types of people. That's why they peddle these narratives like 5 games unbeaten, because it's about the results to them. It's not about what they see. They don't care about what they see. They don't want to look at the game. They don't want to analyze the game. They just want to be able to brag about winning. If one of these midfielders gets hurt, we're fucked. One. One. We're in a very sticky spot. And unfortunately, we waited until this moment to begin to try to change. And I guess what angers me the most is that he's even changing. I would be less angry if he was just continuing to play his style of football. I would be less angry if he was just being stubborn. But because now all of a sudden he has decided to change, I sit here and I say, well, why didn't you just do this earlier? Even the positives are a negative. That's the situation that we're in. Again, guys, you can say we're only 10 points behind, but I can tell you that we were 5 points ahead at a certain point. That's a 15-point swing. And then I can tell you that we spent 500 million pounds over the summer. And then I can tell you we broke the British transfer record twice. One of them doesn't have a single goal contribution in the Premier League in 15 games, and the other one needs a walker to play. So you add that context, it's not looking pretty. It's not looking pretty because context is king. Context is important to what's happening at this football club and what this season has been. I find it very difficult to be excited because of that context. I don't agree. I think we're definitely getting top 4. 100%. But I think it's very realistic that we're gonna end up 10 points behind, the winner. I could see Liverpool finishing on, like, 80 points, 78, 80. I think if you finish above 72, you pretty much guaranteed top 4. That would be 46 more points in the next 22 games. But do I see us, and I think that's very, very attainable. 22 games, 42 points, very doable. But do I see us being near Arsenal or City? No. No, I don't. I mean, we're technically only 2 points off top 4, but it's really a top 5. Let's be real. English clubs are going to go far in this Champions League. It's going to be a top 5 to get into the Champions League. Arsenal will go far, City will go far, Chelsea will go far. Liverpool might even go far. Again, my prediction, Liverpool get to the quarterfinal or the semifinal, face an English team and lose. I mean, fucking hell, Villa are 3 points off Arsenal. Scary world. Context. And Harvey Elliott doesn't even play. So either way, I don't understand the false sense of confidence that people are having. And every compliment that you have, there's a caveat to that fucking compliment. The caveat's pretty fucking simple. Why didn't you do this earlier? Why didn't you do this earlier? Where was this 8 weeks ago? Where was this against United? And does Arne Slot seem happy with the way that we're playing ball? No, but he's happy with the results because he gets to keep his job. I don't see a consistent, sustainable way forward. Isak and Ekitike can't play together. If you put them in a 4-4-2, they've already proved they don't combine. Isak doesn't move off the ball. If you play 4 midfielders, well, then you don't have anyone on the bench, and you have to play all 4 midfielders every game. You don't have a backup left winger that is over 18 years old. You don't have a backup right winger because Frimpong is hurt. You don't have a right back right now other than Connor Bradley, who I think served his suspension already. So you have one right back. You have 2 left backs, one of which is at the end of his prime. You only have 3 center backs, but one of them is hurt. So you have 2 center backs. Chiesa might as well not even be a part of the team because you disrespect that man. You don't allow that man to play. Does that sound like a fucking team that can go on a run? Would you put money on it? Would you put money on it? I'm being dead ass. After all the context that I just laid out, would you put money where your mouth is? Would you put money on Liverpool going on a run? Are you willing to put money forward? Yes or no? At this point last season, I would have told you I'm willing to put money down that we're going to win this league. In fact, I did. I would have put money in your face and said, "Yep, here you go. Here's $100. $100 right now. Put it down. Let's go." Gabe, this is why it's a metaphorical question. But it's not haram to me. But if it's haram to you, I get it. But metaphorically speaking. And listen, I know that there's ways for you to get around interest, so there's probably ways for you to get around betting. Just saying. I know how it works. I know how loaning works. There's ways to get around it. I don't see the consistency. I don't see the sustainability. And these are the words that I always harp on. And again, before the Inter game, I said, listen, my mind is not going to be changed unless we go on a 10-game win streak, not an unbeaten streak. We go on a 10-game win streak. Now let's go to some context here, okay? Just play a game. Overall, how satisfied were you with your Google search experience? Not at all. Go fuck yourself. Fuck you. I'm extremely interested in this sport. All right, there you go, bitch. Fuck you, pussy. Let's put it this way. Someone shows up. Someone says, "Hey, you negative fucking asshole." Talking about me. Someone goes, "Hey, you negative piece of shit. What's it going to take for you to not be a negative little cuck?" And I will respond Simply like this. We beat Spurs. We beat Wolves. We beat Leeds. We beat Fulham. We beat Arsenal. We beat Barnsley. We beat Burnley. We beat Marseille. We beat Bournemouth. We beat Karabakh. We beat Newcastle. And we beat Man City. Based on what you put me through in the first 2.5 months of the season, if we win these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, you win these next 12 games, hey, buddy, you're back in my good graces. I'm with you. I'm with you, G. I'm with you. 100%. But you got to win all 12. Now you're going to say, hey, what do you mean 12-game win streak? That would make it a 14-game win streak. Mike, be realistic. All right, let's be realistic. You've already lost 6 games. Let's just do some research here. 6 games. How many games did the league winners win last season? Well, at the time we won the league, I believe it was 2 losses. By the time we won the league last season, I believe we had 2 losses. Let's look at the year before. Manchester City had 3 losses when they won the league the year before. Arsenal had 5, Liverpool had 4. Let's keep going. Premier League tables. Let's keep going. '23, '24. Let's take a look. The year before that. Wait, no, it's 22, 23. The year before that, Manchester City had 5 losses. Okay, we're getting close. Still not at 6. Man City had 5. All right, let's go the year before that, 21, 22. Manchester City had 3 losses. Liverpool had 2 losses and finished in second. Okay, let's keep going back. 2021. The last time a team won the league with 6 losses was Manchester City in 2020, 2021. If I'm not mistaken, that's the COVID season. So let's put an asterisk on that. 2019, 2020, Liverpool had 3 losses. 2018, 2019, City had 4 losses. Liverpool had 1 loss, still didn't win the league. 17, 18. City had 2 losses. 16, 17. Chelsea had 5 losses. 15, 16. Leicester had 3 losses. 14, 15. Chelsea had 3 losses. 13, 14. City had 6 losses. So the last time a real season was played, not without fans, that a team won with 6 losses was Manchester City. Does anyone remember who the manager was in 2013, 2014? Does anyone remember the context behind this season? Gerrard slipped. He gave it to Dembaba, Steve Gerrard. Anyway, the team has not won the league in a regular season with 6 losses since 2013, 2014. And even so, they only had 5 draws. So, given that context, the last time a team won the league with 6 losses, they only had 5 draws. Liverpool have 2 draws. Liverpool can only draw 3 more times, and they can't lose another game. If we're going to go by statistic-based analysis, and we're going to look at other seasons as case studies. So again, when people say 5 games unbeaten, I've kept it very consistent. Once we lost the 4th game, I said, we can't drop points at all the rest of the season. We can't draw, we can't lose. That was at 4. We lost 2 more, and then we drawed 2. At this point, a draw is a loss. Again, I'm not changing my goalposts. We must win this league. You spent £500 million. You broke the British record twice. There is a first time for everything. But is that probable? No. This is not going to happen. That won't happen. I will put, I've got $500 cash right here that says that will not happen. Ever. Ever. That will not happen. I'm looking at the 2013, 2014 thing. We conceded 50 goals that season. Jesus. Anyway, 2020, 2021 is the last time a team with 6 losses won the Premier League. They had 6 losses and 5 draws. That was Manchester City. Right here. This is the last time, but this was the COVID season. Following season, 6 draws, 3 losses. Can't do that. 5 draws, 5 losses. So this is the closest one. This is the closest one that we can see. Three losses. Liverpool had 4 losses last year, but we knew that 2 of those losses don't mean anything because they came after we won the league. And then, of course, we look at this season. 6 losses, 2 draws. Basically, from here on out, if we want to win this league, which is still what I want to do, you only can drop points in 3 more games, and they must be draws. That's it. It's that simple. You have 22 games. You must win 19 and draw 3. What would that put us on? That would give us 57 more points, which would then put us at 83. $86. We would win the league with 86 points. If we won 19 and we drew 3, we would finish with 86 points. Do we think that Arsenal are going to get less than 50 points in their last 22 games? Because that's what you would need. Less than 52 points. Less than 50 points in the last 22. Again, I'm whipping out the calculator at this point, trying to figure out how can we win this league. Even if we went perfect and we won all the last 22 games, that would be 66. That would be 92. That's not going to happen. We're not going to win 22 straight games. This I do agree with. City will win the league. I don't know. The guy cannot buy the guy can't buy a starting position, so I don't know if Chiesa like fucked Slot's daughter or something. I have no idea. Maybe he fucked his wife. No clue. Hey, but if it wasn't for Chiesa, Sunderland would have been a loss. Just letting you know. Just letting you know. Everyone talks about this unbeaten run, but then they forget that Chiesa cleared it off the line against Sunderland. Hey, without Chiesa, that's a loss. Either way, this is why it's very difficult to be happy. This is why I can't be happy. This is why people will say I'm being negative. Well, that's just because I choose to look at the whole picture. And the fact is, you have 22 games, you can't lose a single one of them, and you can only draw 3, and that's just to give you the bare minimum chance of winning the league. The bare minimum. What will it take for me to be slot in? 22 wins out of 22. Then I'll be slot in. Win me the next 22 games. Then I'm slot in. But again, the mismanagement of players, the mismanagement of tactics, the failed adjustments, the ineptitude, and the ability to allow this poor run of form to cascade into 6 losses and not implement these changes against United on October 19th. This is why I cannot trust this manager. But if you win the next 22 Premier League games, by all means, buddy, I'm with you. At that point, I'll say it doesn't matter how you do it. If you win me the next 22 games, I don't care how you do it. I'm down. That's what it'll take for me. Because of the fact that you should have made all of these changes that I see today 2 months ago. Once we lost to Chelsea, you should have made these adjustments against Manchester United. But then we lost 3 more fucking games in the Premier League before you did. And at that point, once you hit 6 losses, every draw is a loss. So you lost another 2 games to Sunderland and to Leeds. Yes, they are losses in my mind. Especially since it took a goal line clearance to not actually lose the Sunderland game, and you blew a 2-0 lead against Leeds. It's about the fact that you have destroyed the season by December. It's about the fact that Florian Wirtz, 0 goal contributions in 15 games because of the way that we play. Alexander Isak, inept. The team, inept. If we win the UCL, I'm never going to stand here and say, fire the guy who just won you the Champions League. No. Unfortunately, even if I wanted Slot to go, even if I hated Arne Slot at the end of the season and I wanted him to go more than anything in my life, if he wins the Champions League, I will not sit here and call for his job. Won't do it. If you win a major trophy, that trumps everything. Liverpool could finish in 8th. We could finish in 8th place. If you win the Champions League, you've earned yourself the right to come back next season. However, your stick next season is short as shit. If you lose the first 2 games, you're done. If you lose the first game of the season, you're out. Or we're not going to melt down anymore here. We're done. I'm done raising my voice. I'm done reacting. I'm just going to live. Just going to live. And here he is. Here he is. I was just about to say something that might have been offensive, so I held my tongue. But let me just text it to you. This is what I was going to call you. There you go. I was gonna address you with that word. Staffy is here, everyone. Hide. Run away. He's probably working, sitting on his fucking computer, doing Excel. Actually, you know what? His internet's so shit, he's probably at the hookah bar, smoking some hookah on a Monday morning, doing Excel. That's Staffy at work. Hey. Hey, he's off today. He's off today. So he doesn't have to go to the hookah lounge. He can just sit in his room and do it. United, United, United. United, United, United. United, United, United. Signor Amarim. Paul, don't engage. Paul, big up Paul. Big up Paul. Don't engage. Don't engage. It's okay. Logic is not going to serve here. Just kick back, relax. No need. Don't engage with him. If you're typing something, just stop. Don't engage with it. Are United above us right now? Oh my God. Staffy, you fucking suck, dude. You're below Liverpool. Oh my God. United are so shit. I'm above you and I'm on 6 losses. Get fucked, pussy. Get fucked. I'm above you. United don't play tonight. Oh, they do play. Bournemouth. They played Bournemouth. But yeah, no, I just realized that they're playing Bournemouth. Hey, fun fact, Liverpool don't play this week because we binned the Carabao Cup. Big up Arnie Slot for binning that competition. We didn't need it. We didn't need it. We didn't need the Carabao Cup. Who needs to play midweek? Not us. You know, I'm convinced that this is actually Donna Cullen. I think that this is Donna Cullen. I'm going to put that out there. I'm on to you, Rajat. I think you're Donna Cullen. We don't look at his words anymore. He's a buffoon. He's an idiot. You want to know what Arnie Slot press conferences do? Let's tune into the Arnie Slot press conference.
Would you mind loaning me some of your lipstick, Mom? Because I want to at least look pretty the next time you decide to f me.
That's every Arnie Slot press conference in a nutshell. Simple. Simple. You calling me Cesc Fabregas? Did you just call me Cesc Fabregas? I don't look anything like Cesc. Hang on. Hang on. I know it is you, Donna. I didn't even fucking need, dude. The fact that I just got that off cuff and I just knew who you were. Oh my God, you're not slick. You're not slick, you fucking loser. You fucking loser. You have no life. You have no soul. You're probably a ginger. No soul. You have no fucking soul. Hold this band, pussy bitch. Suck my dick, Donna. I just fucking clocked you. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. You've been found out. Your alias has been destroyed. That was just intuition. I just had it confirmed to me. Oh, you punk bitch. Get the fuck out of here. Ain't no one want to hear from you, Donna. You know, Donna, you should download Roblox. You'll probably have more fun trolling people over there. Hold on, I just need to go to community. How the fuck do I find like where the banned people are? Where's like the banned users? Where is banned users on YouTube? Settings, privacy, block contact. Settings. Permissions? No. Channel. Hang on. I'm sorry, people. I need to community moderation, user management, hidden users. Yep. Hidden pussy. There we go. Not the question of what Donna did to me. It's the question of who Donna is. And Donna, you know, funny story for the chat. Lee Gunner once did a call-in show. Many, many, many moons ago, Lee Gunner did a call-in show. I tuned in about 2.5 years ago. And all of a sudden, Donna Cullen calls in. And Donna Cullen doesn't turn on the camera and uses a voice changer to sound like a woman. And immediately, Lee Gunner kicks him out and goes on a 5-minute rant on why people like that need to fuck off. So, big up Lee Gunner in that instance. Anyway, I don't even know where the hell I was. I don't even know where I was. What was I talking about before that? Can anyone remind me? What part of Liverpool were we talking about? I don't even fucking remember. Oh yeah, someone called me Cesc Fabregas. I don't look anything like Cesc Fabregas. Cesc Fabregas doesn't have a fucking mustache, dude. Pizza. We weren't talking about pizza, Nems, but I see you. I see you, Nems. We weren't talking about pizza, though. Either way, listen. I'm not going to move my goalposts. The fact is that Liverpool are now in a situation where it's win or die. 22 games left. You have to win all the games. Realistically, if we want to win this league, I think that we can drop 2 more games. We can drop points in 2 more games. They have to be draws. 2 more games, they must be draws. Basically, there are 66 available points left in the Premier League. At the minimum, Liverpool have to gain 62 at the minimum to ensure a true chance of winning the league. 66 at the wait. 26. 62 at the minimum. We have to take 62 out of 66 points. That would be dropping 4 points. That's 20 wins, 2 draws, no losses in the last 22 games of the season. Without 4 center backs, without a functional striker named Alexander Isak, with a 10 that doesn't have a single goal contribution in the whole season, without a right back, and with 4 midfielders that play every single week with no backups. You have to win 20 of 22. Simple. Simple. We can do it. Just get behind the lads. Just get behind the lads. Listen, he wins the UCL. I'll back him next year, but he's got a 4-game window. If Arne Slot wins the Champions League, he gets 4 games next season, and he's got to win all 4. Listen, brother. It's not like we were winning left and right without him this year, so we just weren't losing. Hey, Morton's been fucking cooking, dude. Morton's been cooking. Where's Stefan Bajcetic? Has anyone seen Stefan? Either way, it's looking peak, bro. It's looking peak. Looking peak. I already said I think we're going to make it to the quarterfinal or the semifinal, and then we're going to lose to an English side. And no. If Liverpool win the Champions League, I will shave my mustache. There you go. There you go, Nems. Just for you. Clip it up. Clip it up. If Liverpool win the Champions League, I will shave my mustache. Clean. Not buzz it, not trim it. I will shave it. Clean. Clean. My face hasn't been clean since 2019. I have not had a mustache since 2019. That's 6 full fucking years. I've had a mustache on my face for 6 years. I have not felt the skin on my upper lip for 6 years. Boy, I'm just like putting that into my head right now. That's pretty crazy. I have not felt the literal skin right here for 6 years. So if we win the Champions League, I will shave my mustache. Clean. Razor. In fact, I'll go get a hot shave. I'll go get a hot shave. I'll go to a nice barbershop. I'll find an 80-year-old man. I'll say, give me a hot shave. But I'll tell you what I will do. If it looks like we're going to make it to the final, I'm going to start growing out my beard. And then I'm just going to go full-on Arab, like Chechen beard. I'll shave my mustache and I'll have the beard. And I'll go Chechen face for a week. Chechen face for a week. That's not a major trophy. So no. Same thing goes with the Prem. If we win the Prem, I'll shave my mustache. Yeah. But more like Hamzat. So yeah, there you go. Clip it up. We win the Champions League or the Premier League, I'll shave it. I have eczema. I deal with eczema. It's just not on my lip. I do deal with eczema though, just not on my lip. I get it in a couple parts of my body. Comes and goes. I've never been to Anfield, no. You will grow your mustache if we win the Champions League. Okay. I'll take trophies, but I'm not going to shave my mustache for an FA Cup. If you win the Champions League, the mustache goes goodbye. At least for a week, because it'll take me like 2 weeks to get it back to like a normal mustache. But it'll be there. You'll see babyface Mike. Bro, I can't do watch alongs. I can't watch this team. I can't watch this team publicly, bro. I can't do it. I can't do it. They're too painful. Yes, I would still want him out, but I won't publicly want him out. If this happens, Abdelaziz, I would agree with you, but I wouldn't be able to publicly have that be my stance. I'd say the manager earned himself a little run at the beginning of the next season. Either way, we're approaching an hour. The poop is calling. The coffee poop is calling. I can feel it coming. I can feel it coming right around that time. It's right around that time, 11 a.m. Poop comes a calling. I got to go pooping. Poop comes a calling. I got to go a pooping. Well, listen, we talked about the game. I don't want you to get insanely overhyped because we won 2 games in a row. Really ask yourself, how good of a win was Brighton? How many chances did we concede? What was the defensive effort needed in order to keep that clean sheet? What was the context around the goals that we scored? A turnover and a corner kick? What did our chances look like from open play? How cutthroat were they? How cutthroat were Brighton's chances? What does that mean for Tottenham Hotspur? And if we lose to Tottenham Hotspur, are you going to be the topsy-turvy kind of guy? You see, I'm not going to be one of these seesaws. You know? Like, I feel like a lot of fans right now, they're just, you know? 6-7. But no, fuck that. I can't believe I just did that. Delete that from the record. Strike that from the record. They're seesaws, you know? They're going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. I'm not going to be one of those guys. I'm going to stay consistent like a rock. And I told you what it's going to take for me to move. You got to win the next 12 games. You win the next 12 games in all competitions, I will be Arnie Slot in. You don't win the next 12 games in all competitions, I don't change my mind. Do you know how bad you have to be to lose 6 games after spending 500 million pounds? Pretty bad. Pretty bad. You know how bad you have to be to lose 3-0 to fucking... Oh, no, I'm sorry. 4-1 to PSV? Is that what the score was? Yeah. You know how bad you have to be to lose 4-1 to PSV? Yeah, but hey. We'll see. Anyway, I'm going to dip out of here. Big up to everyone. Smash a like, hit a subscribe. We'll be back when we're back. I don't know when. Maybe sometime midweek to talk about the weekend game. I don't know, but we're not playing this week, so there's not a whole lot to talk about. And I'm not a full-time content creator. So big up to all y'all. Appreciate you hanging out. Donna, go fuck yourself. You're banned again, pussy. You thought that you could get around me. You're a bitch. You're a bitch. But big up to everyone. Appreciate you. Enjoy the rest of your Monday. I'm gone. Deuces. Magooses. Peace.